Hello, today I'm going to talk about more Marvel Rival stuff, specifically Battle Passes. Specifically, if they do themed Battle Passes. So, Season 1, it has the theme of Darkhold, which is very like blood hunty. I wouldn't really say it's like totally Darkhold. Yes, it has Scarlet Witch stuff in it, but if a season's called Darkhold, I was kind of more expecting like more mystical, magical things. Vampires, supernatural, yeah, that's cool. But where's like the mysticism, right? And I feel like that's a little bit missing when it comes to Darkhold. If anything, they should have just called this the Eternal Night season, considering they're doing so much vampire stuff, and a lot of the skins, a lot of the costumes made for this battle pass say blood on it. Blood, same even with Sue and Johnny's like comp skins that you can get. It's blood something, right? And so I'm like, why don't you just call it like Blood Hunt or Eternal Night or something like that? Not Darkhold, because Darkhold to me implies a lot more mysticism, a lot more like magic stuff. And then Season 0 did like a more like galactic sort of theme. Yeah, it was like really short, but it had a bit of a galactic theme to it. And so if they're able to theme every battle pass, that'd be cool. What really goes into a battle pass aside from, you know, coins and then sprays and then emotes and stuff like that, most people are looking forward to skins. People are more likely looking forward to the costumes that are going to be part of each battle pass. I'm going to talk about 5 themed battle passes that I think would be pretty cool. I'm sure a lot more people can think of way more cooler things than me. It's okay. These are just kind of like my ideas, my opinions, and stuff like that. Something I've noticed with the battle pass so far when it comes to the costumes, we only had one season technically, and then Season 0, right? But one full season has 10 costumes in it, 2 of which are much more, you know, recolors, palette swappy, not necessarily an actual skin, like a different costume, different look. And so, am I gonna put that in account? Maybe, but honestly, like people don't love recolors that much unless it's like a really sick recolor. Like I'm not gonna lie, like the Season 1 Moon Knight recolor skin looks really cool. The black and the red look great. But it's essentially just a reskin because or like a recolor because it doesn't necessarily change a whole lot of like how Moon Knight typically presents. And then the 8 other ones are generally actual like costumes that change the looks, change the aesthetics. But I also believe 4 of which are actually like themed to the season itself. Like the blood, blah 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 blah. I think. I don't quite remember. I looked at it last night and I did not write notes. It's just something I've noticed. Not all of the skins need to fit with the theme necessarily. Like with the Darkhold season going on right now. You have Namor with, I think it's called Savage Submariner, which gives him like one of his like costume looks. We also have Hellfire Gala Scarlet Witch in it. We have House of M Magneto. And so, although I do feel like they semi-fit the Darkhold theme-ish, like the hunty, like blood hunt theme a little bit, they're not like fully like the blood, blah, 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 like the Wolverine one, right? So I'm just saying this because like I'm gonna spend a lot of different costumes that can fit the themed battle passes or themed seasons that I'm thinking of, but not necessarily all of them are gonna get used. I'm debating about doing like a really fun one first or a really obvious one if you watch my other videos one first. I'm gonna do a fun one first, just to get you guys bought in, I guess, I don't know. But let's talk about Venomverse. So Venomverse was pretty much a whole comic thing that happened, where Venom was everyone, essentially. So you can pretty much give everyone a Venom outfit, and that's about it. But here are the characters that I personally would love to see have a symbiote-related costume. So if we're gonna do a recolor technically, I think Spider-Man's the most obvious pick, most obvious one, and it's very notorious. Spider-Man has had the symbiote look many a time in many different games, and so it's just due. That should just be in the game already. Also, I feel like an issue I have kind of seen when it comes to the symbiote suits is that, yes, like most of them are Venom, and so I think we run into a bit of an issue of all the costumes just looking like Venoms. Like it's just like black and white, and there's not a lot of color variation, which I mean that's kind of like Venom's colors are black and white obviously, but I'm just putting that out there. I think the other technical recolor we can have is to give people the opportunity to get the cyan Venom skin that people were able to get during the beta, I think, of the game. And so if people want the cyan Venom skin, I think this would be the perfect way to incorporate that in. I'm gonna just spit out a bunch of characters that have had a symbiote look, but I'm gonna give grace to characters I personally would like to see. So first and foremost, Jeff. Jeff needs to have his symbiote look. It's adorable, like the best way for me to put it. It's cute. I know people want it because I've seen comments, and so I was like, all right, cool. Let's give Jeff his Venom look. It's just adorable. I think that works really well. This character has had a couple of different Venom looks, if I'm being honest, like a symbiote Venom look, and it's Doctor Strange. He's had 3 different ones, and I personally really like the more mystical looking one. I mean, it's Doctor Strange. He's mystical all the time, but I'm talking about more like not like showing like part of his usual outfit meshed with some of the symbiote. I'm not talking about the one where like his face is open. I'm putting it on the screen, I hope. But like the other one where he's like floating and there's magic around him. I like that one a lot. But I also do like the one where like it looks like it's a mix between Venom and his typical outfit. I think that one looks pretty cool. I would also love to see symbiote Johnny and the Thing. I actually didn't know this existed until I started like looking into it more. There's a look for the Human Torch and the Thing with the symbiote. I think that's pretty cool. And I did know that Johnny did touch the Venom symbiote before and had like a black outfit for like a hot second before he was just like, oh, I'm a flame on and it'll go away. Next up, Groot and Rocket. I've talked about symbiote Rocket before, and so I think wonderful. And then Groot has also in the same comic been possessed by the Venom symbiote, and I think that would also look pretty sick. There's so many characters that have had the symbiote. This next one, she has her own symbiote, and so it's not Venom actually. So this could just be the symbiote season, not necessarily Venomverse specifically, but I'm gonna talk about Black Widow. Black Widow has her own symbiote, or had her own symbiote. I actually don't know if she still possesses it. I don't know if she still has it. Her symbiote's name is Sliver, and it's pretty cool. I think Black Widow looks pretty sick. And following that up, I think Hawkeye has a really cool symbiote look. I think that Sliver that's on him, but he also has another one, this more purple one, which I think looks pretty cool. So either one I think would work pretty well. I think symbiote Cap would look pretty cool. He has Captain Venom, which is okay, and he has like a full on like Venom like as Captain America. Symbiote Hulk would be interesting. And then there was also like during the whole like Venomverse stuff, there was like a opposing force called the Poisons. There's actually a lot of cool poison looks. Like some for Hulk, some for Hawkeye. Speaking of which of the poisons, I think the poison Iron Fist, I know it's Danny Rand and not Linda, but let's see what we can do with that. But I think Poison Iron Fist looks really cool. He also has a symbiote look too, which I think it looks pretty good too. I like that his fists are also Venom faces, but I personally do like the Poison look more, but like by just a small margin. Furthermore, there's been a Poison Scarlet Witch look, and then there's also Symbiote Punisher. I think Symbiote Punisher could be interesting. Alright, next season I'm going to talk about, this one's going to be the more obvious one if you watch my other videos, and it's Hellfire Gala. I love the Hellfire Gala. The Hellfire Gala is like, it's a big event in the comics for the X-Men, and I just love the Hellfire Gala stuff because it makes them look all cool. So I pretty much pulled every character that has had a Hellfire Gala look, and so I've already talked about Magneto, I've talked about Psylocke already, I've talked about Captain America, I briefly talked about Magic. But yeah, so let me just throw out Hellfire Gala characters at you real quick. You have Iron Man. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love this look for Iron Man, like literally at all, but he is a character that has had a Hellfire Gala outfit. Wolverine doesn't have a whole ton of Hellfire Gala looks, surprisingly, but he does have like a tuxedo. And so that's obviously one that can be put in. Black Widow has had one. Also, again, not like the biggest fan of this one, but it's also not horrible. Black Panther, however, I think looks really cool. I think Black Panther's outfit looks sick. Storm, I've already talked about Storm, love it. Spider-Man's looks really cool in my opinion. Almost like the designs on his outfit is like neon lights, and I like that a lot. If every season is introducing characters, this could be the perfect opportunity for them to introduce Emma Frost and Jean Grey into the game, if they're actually going to be put in the game. I don't know. Leaks are, I don't know what's real, what's not. So I'm just gonna assume they could be, and so Hellfire Gala could be a wonderful season and easy season for Emma Frost and Jean Grey to be in, and they could have their Hellfire Gala look. Look how good they look. They look amazing. Just real quick, that was Hellfire Gala. I know people are probably sick of me talking about it, and so I'll move on. This next one, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually having a really hard time coming up with like a fifth theme that could incorporate the newer characters. Because we have Luna, who is very new. We have Linle, who is a legacy title. Like he took, like Iron Fist is a legacy title, so like he wasn't originally Iron Fist, he was originally Swordmaster. And so that got me thinking, what if they had a season in which it's legacy slash like the new faces? It was hard for me to even like come up with anything potential to put Luna in. I just think a season that can incorporate like the newer faces with legacy titles and legacy characters could be really cool. And I'm gonna double down on my idea is if they can have costumes modeled after different characters in Marvel that have a similar skill set or move like ability set as the base character. Let me talk about that even further with Amadeus Cho, aka Brawn. He can essentially be a Hulk costume. We could put Brawn in the game and then like change voice lines and do that stuff if people use this specific costume. And I just think it'd be cool. And also, Luna and Amadeus Cho, they are a thing in the comics, so I'm just saying. Because Amadeus Cho is totally Awesome Hulk or slash Brawn, he pretty much can do everything Hulk can do. And so I just think this would be a cool way to incorporate like a technical new character, but like using a base character like model, you know what I mean? Furthermore, Kate Bishop as Hawkeye, because she goes by Hawkeye in the comics. She is Hawkeye, and so she shoots arrows, and so her skill set is the same as Clint's. So like, let's go ahead and give Kate Bishop give Hawkeye a Kate Bishop outfit, because she's also Hawkeye. There's only like really one more other legacy character that I can think of that would make sense. Like some people might be like, after the segment, be like, oh, like why not like Sam as Captain America? Well, who knows? They might put Falcon as his own character and then give him his own like Captain America outfit as Falcon. You know what I mean? And so that's where we kind of play into like, ooh, I don't know. But this next character is Iron Lad, who can pretty much be Iron Man, right? I talked about how much I want Riri Williams to pilot Hulkbuster, but realistically speaking, if we're doing legacy things, Riri Williams might actually be Iron Man. But then we also have Iron Lad. And so let's do that Iron Lad. I know Iron Lad has different powers, like his suit can do different things. I don't know if they want to incorporate that necessarily. He could actually technically be a strategist, I feel like. But I at the same time, I think if we want to do like legacy names, legacy title sort of stuff, we can put Iron Lad in as well. And then like these next ones are not necessarily legacy, but they are like the new faces. So we have Luna, right? So I think Luna can get her Andromeda costume, which is like her typical superhero costume. I mentioned before how much I'm not that big of a fan of it. It's not bad looking by any means. I don't think it looks bad. I don't really love the vibe of it. But I do think this other one from Marvel Future Fight like looks really good. I like it more, but I'm also like, eh. I do typically just like Luna looking like a K-pop star. Like, yeah, she should have a superhero outfit. Yeah, people are like, ooh, like, I'm sorry, we should have superhero outfits for a superhero shooter. It's like, I get it. There you go. This next one is also going to be interesting because we have Linle Iron Fist, right? Who he already took up the mantle of Iron Fist. So he is the legacy character already. So we could do the inverse and give him a Danny Rand look, but I actually would love it if we could actually get his outfit of his ancestor's outfit, Fushi. His ancestor was the chief of the Fushi tribe, and so I think if he got like a look that looks similar to his ancestor, I think that would look pretty sick, actually. I think that'd be pretty cool, because that could technically be like legacy, you know what I mean? I think Jeff can technically have so many different costumes, because he dresses up as different superheroes. And then lastly is Penny. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I struggled with Penny, because Penny, aside from her like movie Spider-Verse like look and outfit, doesn't have a whole lot of variation. It's like her spider outfit or her spider mecha in the game already. It's pretty much how it looks in almost any other appearance it's had in even different universes. And so I really struggled. I struggled so much. And so this is where I'm just gonna pitch it that like Marvel Rivals will have to make original outfits for her for sure, or especially for the mecha. And I think that they could just be themed after different symbiotes, because that's how they already are. Like we have Spider, we have Venom, then it's like let's bring Toxin, let's put Scream in, let's put Carnage in, you know, like there's a bunch of symbiotes, so like take your pick honestly at this point. Alright, this next one is gonna be funny. Not sort of. I don't know if it's gonna be funny. I think it's gonna be fun. And it's just classic. I would love to see so many characters in like their original classic outfits. So I'm talking about classic Cap, classic Black Widow, which I think would be pretty sick actually. Classic Hawkeye, classic Cloak and Dagger. But also on the same note, we can have classic Cloak and Dagger, or we can also have them if they were to have their powers switched. I'm not talking about like when I said like, hey, like switch to black and white. I'm saying like, no, their outfits legitimately switch. Classic Loki, classic Namor, classic Punisher, classic Scarlet Witch, classic Iron Man, classic Squirrel Girl, classic Star-Lord, classic Fantastic Four. But let me talk about that real quick too, actually. I think the classic Fantastic Four could be super cool, but what if, for Johnny specifically, for the Human Torch, what if we give him Jim Hammond? If you guys didn't know, Johnny was inspired by the first Human Torch to call himself Human Torch. First Human Torch is named Jim Hammond. I believe, if I remember correctly, he was an android. But I think it'd be pretty cool if we get Jim Hammond as like the classic Human Torch. I think that'd just be a really cool spin on it and like a really like, oh shit. Classic Adam Warlock. Classic Mantis, which I'm not gonna lie, don't love it. Don't love this look. With classic Iron Man, right, we can do like his cave escape one, or we can do his classic red and yellow. But I think the cave escape one would be really funny. Alright, so this last Battle Pass season I'm talking about is one that I would love to see. Like, I would love to see all the other ones I've just talked about. But this one in particular I think would be really cool. Would be really cool. And it's Demon Days / Demon Wars. So, let me talk about this. If you don't already know, Psylocke in the game that we have, her name is Psy. She is from the comic Demon Days. And she's only had the one comic, pretty much, right? Demon Days, X-Men. And she's really cool. I love her a lot. But there are more Demon Days stories. And it follows a girl named Mariko Yashida, who is a character in the main continuity. Now, I do not know if they're going to incorporate Mariko Yashida as her own character in Marvel Rivals, because she is her own character. I think her alias is Scarlet Samurai, if I remember correctly. And so she technically could be her own character, but I don't know if they're gonna do that. So if they don't, I'm going to pitch having Mariko Yashida as one of Psylocke's costumes. I think this would be cool. I would love to see that like bottom part of that Oni mask and like the red aura and everything. I think that'd be cool. Like when Psylocke ults, what if she just puts on the mask? Like, I just thought, that'd be so cool, in my opinion. And there's also a lot of other characters that have actually been in like the Demon Days comics. Not specifically as their character necessarily, but as like characters inspired by them. Because Demon Days / Demon Wars, the creator Peach Momoko is kind of like reimagining a lot of like our classic characters. So first off, we have Thor and Storm, who are technically Raijin and Fujin, but I think Thor's name is Sosuke. But I think this would be pretty fucking cool. Honestly, I think it'd be sick. We could have Hulkmaru Hulk, an Oni Hulk. I think that'd be so cool. Kuroki is Black Widow, and I would love to see this as Black Widow. I don't play Black Widow. I feel like Black Widow has so much potential for so many cool outfits, but I don't even play Black Widow. We have a Bake Yoroi. I'm not Japanese, so if I'm mispronouncing these, I am so sorry. Pretty much a like possessed suit of samurai armor. For Iron Man, one of the comics is called the Iron Samurai. We have a Nekomata Black Panther, which I think would be interesting. We have Yamato, the Captain America. We have Momiji, the Scarlet Hanya for Scarlet Witch. I think would be really cool. Then we have, oh my god, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but it's essentially, I know it's supposed to be Carnage. I don't even want to try pronouncing it because I'm gonna fuck it up. Heavy, I know it's just like that at the end. But I know it's supposed to be Carnage, but we could put this as a Venom skin. Or we could do Orochi Venom and just like have Venom look part snake or something. So that could be a possibility. I don't know if this could be possible, but Kumosuke Spider-Man? I don't even play Spider-Man, but I would love to see this. Kumosuke Spider-Man would be funny, in my opinion, but I also know that people don't like spiders, like actual looking spiders. So I don't know if they would do this, but I would think it would be hilarious. This wasn't a character in the comic at all, but this is where I think like there is a yokai called an Isonare, and it's like a shark. So this could be Jeff, like an Isonare inspired Jeff. I think Demon Days would be really cool. I also really like a lot of the designs in my opinion. I think they could look pretty cool in the game. So those are 5 themed season battle passes that I would love to see in the game. I'm sure there are many more that I would love to see, but I think a lot of them are more tied to different characters that I would love to see in the game versus, you know, like just outfits, right? And so, but please let me know what themed battle passes or whatever you guys would also love to see, because this is a great opportunity to talk about like more costumes you guys would like to see in the game, and just like a big variety, because like Marvel has so many different events and so many different comics, and so there's a bunch of stuff you can really derive from, right? And so I just think it'd be pretty cool. Like I've seen plenty of comments of people saying they want X-Men Evolution. I would love to see X-Men Evolution costumes when we get more X-Men. Oh, real quick, by the way, I don't know if this should be its own separate video, but I just want to say, I feel like there should be like team-up bonuses if you have like a whole team made up of like an actual like team in the comic, you know? So if you have all X-Men on the team, or all-star like Guardians of the Galaxy. The easiest one would probably be Avengers, but you know, you could just make that one too, whatever. But yeah, so anyway, I'll wrap things up. Hope you guys have a good night, day, whatever, wherever it is for you. And until next time, have a good one.